2nd and 4.
Come on, come on. 19, traffic. 18, run. 18, 5 in. 19, Wyatt.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's complete to the rookie out of Miami. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
The 22-yard line.
Come 19. Get up. Viking 18. Buffalo 18. Warriors 17. 7 Pirates. 7. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Throwing now from the gun. And this will be incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Michael, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Panther 60. Dragon 60 Falcons. 79 Broncos. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Back to the air one more time. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Now the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead.
Falcons 7, Vikings nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
19. Here we go.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
First down.
That pickup good for 29 yards.
26-yard line.
Down. Ready, ready.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Good-looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Ready, ready.
Here's a designed run. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
84. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
19. Here we go. Shot. 19. Charger. 19.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Yep, and he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. McPherson goes on the extra point. The Vikings come right back to tie it at 7. Team won possession. 7 as they kick it off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone. Touchback.
35-yard line.
Okay, break. Panther 60, Panther 60. Let's go now. 19 tight, 60 Eagles, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Dragons 60, 79 Broncos.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's going to be incomplete. Very sound as we bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, but we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Curve 19, Curve 19, Buffalo 8, Mustang 19. Ready?
Back to the air once more on second down. That's into traffic, touch taken in. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, Atlanta.
He took a shot on that throw, but you don't feel it quite as much when you pair it with a throw as good as that one. So kudos for him standing in that pocket, delivering a strike to pick up that first down.
19 Lions.
He'll look to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Dragon 60. Go.
Back to the air again on second and 10. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Vikings have got it inside the 20. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Here comes a return from the 3. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 tight, 79, 60, Curve 19, Curve 19, Buffalo, Mustang 19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now, deep ball for London. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
18, 19 Lions. Justice, Warriors 70.
He'll drop to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, Unfortunate that all it is an incompletion.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
60 Bobcat, Dragon 60, 19 tight, 19 tight.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready, ready?
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Go. Ready?
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
Third down.
So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 14-7 is our score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Third and long. Now, faking the give. Flush to his right. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. He'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 70 Lions, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Buffalo 18. Panther 11, Panther 11. Hey.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
19 Lions. Pat. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Mustang 19. Warriors 70, 77 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Dragon 60, 19 tight, 79 Broncos. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready,
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. 12 yards on that hookup. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 50, traffic. Bronco 80. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught. Right side. It's London. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when...
Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. Dallas Turner in there to bring him down for his 7th sack of the year. 3rd and 10.
Lions. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Dragons. 19. Curve 19. Curve 19.
Back to throw. That one taken in by London. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Come on. Viking 18. 70 rate. Mustang. Trap 60. Trap 60. 65 catch. 65.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
69 Warriors, 70. 79 Broncos. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Buffalo 18. Cup 19. Cup 19. Go.
Got his man at the 6. And he's going to be taken down. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal.
19, 18, Dragon 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Mustang, trap 60, trap 60.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Falcons. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. The extra point is good. And the Falcons will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square. 14 apiece. The score as this one's away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
Travel start on the ground. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this.
Got it. Ready?
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Shot. Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is caught. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Think back to the spring, Mike. We all watched the highlights of this guy's pro day, and you always question, why do they make these quarterbacks just rear back and throw it as far as they can? How often are they really going to do that? Well, when they do,
this away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Warriors 70. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Buffalo 18. 18. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
19 lock, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Dragon 60.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. That's caught downfield by Robinson. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A gain there of 24 yards. 1st down, Atlanta.
Gain on the play. 1st down,
Panther 60,
Atlanta.
Panther 60. Mustang 19 tight, 19 tight. Panther 11, 60, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that ball's intercepted by Trayvon Diggs. And the Vikings have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turn.
The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37.
Throwing now from the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Ready up.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Ready up.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
Vikings 1st down.
1st
and 10 at the 24-yard line.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try.
A 33-yard
This
attempt.
from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. McPherson's kick is good. So we reached the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports.
Okay, ready? Come on, come on. Six.
He'll get this out wide. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 6.
Go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Will manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. James Pierce in on the tackle.
22-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 2.
Here we go.
They'll stick with him again. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll stay on the ground. Crazy. Good blocking to the 15. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Vikings.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break. And you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. We're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for the second half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that one.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to have the first down yard. Across the 50 to the 48.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. If you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Falcon first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Go.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That is going to be in. He's got it. Drake London. Touchdown Atlanta. Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it. And the Falcons are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Vikings 31. Falcons 21.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be fouled up quickly after a gain of about 1. It's Pierce in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And not much there. He's back to the original line. He'll gain on that.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 17 yards on that connection. It'll be a Vikings first down.
10 at the 47-yard line.
70 Timberwolves.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
On the jump.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Viking 18. Ready.
Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready. Cover nice. Ready.
Handoff here. Up the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Minnesota.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Come on, come on.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one's good for 11 and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he broke through the initial contact. Winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds.
And the
A
Vikings.
pickup of 10. And it's going to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Let's go, go.
Here's a run. And he'll plunge forward to the 2. Setting up 2nd and goal.
2-yard line.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
From the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Go. 65. Ready.
Now, this looks like a design run. Oh, and he is deeply hit on that one.
He was taken
Picked up,
down behind the line of
thrown
scrimmage.
down behind the line of
Play
scrimmage.
lost a yard. It's
You know,
now
at this
3rd
point,
and
the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He'll try to run this one in. points kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Minnesota.
I just had a feeling that this might be coming, right? It's kind of been brewing all game. Like you see it so often on 4th down. The most difficult play to defend deep in the red zone is quarterback scramble. The defense lets the quarterback get outside the pocket. It puts so much pressure on your paced defenders in the secondary, and they can't latch on, and he takes it on himself.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2. He's going to try to do it himself. And he pitches it. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is.
21.
I love the zone read down here this close to the goal line. In this case, it's a 2-point try, but you're expecting the quarterback to make a little bit better decision with the ball. Read the defensive end. I think this is what they call a pull read. He's got to keep this ball himself. Ends up leading to a failed 2-point try.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 70 Timberwolves. 18, 5, 65. Warriors, 70. Trap 60, trap 60. Mustang 19.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Moving outside the pocket. That one thrown on the run, but the receiver had to reach back, couldn't bring it in, and it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, Nick, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. 70 Lions.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. They'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Cup 19, Cup 19. 19 Lions. Dragons, 18, Pioneers. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Warriors, 70.
Now on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Ready, set. Let's go now. Class 60, Cowboy 80. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 19 tight, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. It's a gain of 10 as they get the conversion on 4th down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunky yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
70, 79 Broncos. Cup 19, Cup 19. 19 Lions. Dragon 60.
Back to the air one more time. This is intercepted. And he's going to be brought down